I personally wore this look to the dentist, so shout out to my UCLA dentist if you're watching. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I recently posted a photo on my Instagram. It's this one right here, and it got a ton of likes, so I of course had to bring you guys this tutorial, and I decided to make it a how to wear a pop-up color video. I think for the most part, a lot of people are intimidated by bright colors or wearing something really bold like this eye look. So I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to wear bright and bold colors and still make it wearable. I know some of you are probably looking at this and thinking I would never wear that, but trust me, there are things you can do with the rest of your makeup to pull off a really bold eye look. I feel makeup is just like fashion in that if you feel comfortable wearing it and you can rock it and feel confident in it, then you should be able to wear it. You shouldn't have to wear neutral eyeshadows just because that's what's normal or what looks okay. You can add a pop of color and still wear it out in public. So I'm going to show you guys how to create a bright shadow look or incorporate a pop of color with the rest of your makeup and have it be wearable. So if you're interested and want to see how I create this look, keep on watching. Alright guys, so I already have my complexion on, and if you want a full product breakdown on what I currently have on, definitely check the description box below for those details. Or you can always watch my previously uploaded video on the different ways you can achieve a contour, because this is exactly what I have on right now. This is just a continuation of that video, so definitely check that out. The first thing I'm going to do, because we're going to be doing such a smoky, dramatic eye, but I already have the complexion on, is shield my under eyes with a little bit of powder. This is such an old school trick. Makeup artists have been doing it forever. You just take a little translucent powder and tuck it right underneath the eye to catch any fallout. That way when you're done, you can just brush off the powder along with any fallout. So I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and some powder and just place it right underneath my eye. We're going to dust it off later. Do not confuse this step for baking because I've already set my under eye concealer. This is just additional powder to catch fallout. To prime my lids and prevent any creasing, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Eye Basics Primer in Cotton. And then to blend it into the skin, I'm just going to be using my beauty blender to make the process a little quicker. When doing a classic smoky eye where the lid is really dark and then the rest of the colors diffuse really nicely into the rest of the skin, I always like to use a dark shadow base closest to the lashes to ensure that that area is the absolute darkest. To do that, I'm going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean. I'm going to be applying this pencil really close to the lash line, not using too much, and then blending it out with Sigma brush E39. I just discovered this brush and it is so amazing for blending out cream products on the lids. I don't know what I did without it before I discovered it. The first shadow I'm going to be using is Nautica by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be applying that directly on top of that eye pencil using Smith brush 235. Next, I'm going to apply the shadow Peacock, also from Makeup Geek, into the crease using Smith brush 232. And then before going any further, I'm just going to blend out these shadows using the Sigma E40 brush. Using Stealth, another Makeup Geek eyeshadow, this is like a matte gray. I'm going to apply it to the outer corner of my eye using Smith brush 230. This is just going to darken up the look and give a little variation versus the entire eye being completely blue. And then also take a little bit of that color going in towards the inner part of the eye to again just give a little variation and depth to the eye. And because we're doing a lot of blending, if you lose some of the intensity of the eyeshadow that you originally had on the lid, just pick some more up and pack it back onto the lid. So in this case, I'm using Nautica and Smith brush 235 to just add some more color. And the last color I'm going to apply to the lids before dusting off this powder underneath my eyes is Corrupt, also from Makeup Geek. I'm just on a Makeup Geek streak right now, and I'm going to use Smith brush number 220 to just pack it on along the lash line to kind of create the effect of eyeliner. And I'm not being too aggressive with the way I'm applying it. I'm just kind of wiggling it back and forth to reduce the amount of fallout because this is a really intense black shadow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dust off that powder. If you guys feel comfortable leaving that powder on while working on your lower lash line, feel free to do so. I tend to not have that much fallout when working on my lower lash line because I think the angle that I move my head at reduces the amount of fallout. So feel free to leave the powder on, but I'm gonna go ahead and dust it off now and work on the lower lash line. Also, when dusting off this powder, because it did catch fallout, you want to do quick sweeps when dusting it off your face because if you try to buff it in, you're gonna buff in that fallout, which is the last thing we want to do. So just do quick little sweeps to knock it off your face without there being any leftover residue from the eyeshadows. Using Smith brush number 230, I'm going to mix together the shadows Peacock and Stealth, which are the ones that we currently have in the crease, and I'm going to mix them together and then apply them to the lower lash line. And before we move on to the pop of color, I'm going to apply Corrupt one last time to the lower lash line with a small detailer brush. I'm going to be using the Sigma E21 brush. For the pop of color, I'm going to be using Morphe shadow number 10. It's called Ocean Breeze, and Sigma brush E45, and I'm just going to apply that to the tear duct. For another added pop of color, and this step is optional, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Chaos, which is like an electric blue, and I'm going to apply it to the upper and lower waterline. You can use black if you want to make this look a little more subtle, but this is also another great way to incorporate a pop of color is using a colored liner. Now I'm just going to coat my lashes with Benefit's Roller Lash before applying some false lashes. The lashes I'm going to be using are by Flutter. They're the dimensional lashes, and I wish I knew the name of them, but I threw away the part of the box that had the name, so I'll try and figure out which pair they are exactly because they do look really natural, so they have become one of my favorite pair of false lashes to wear currently. I went ahead and applied some mascara to my lower lashes, and I also popped on a super nude lip. This is Creme D'Nude by MAC. I like to keep the rest of the look really simple and neutral so that it doesn't clash with the eyes because you really want the eyes to be the statement piece, especially when doing a pop of color. If the blush or the lip had a strong pink or orange undertone, it wouldn't necessarily go well with the eyes and then it wouldn't be the focus. Keeping everything else really neutral and nude makes it a super wearable look. That completes the look. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram because this look did come directly from there. Anytime one of my photos hits an incredible amount of likes, I make sure to come out with a tutorial for it. Don't forget to subscribe, so I see you in the next one. Bye guys.